Thank you very much, Vlad. Also, thank you very much
for the questions.
Thank you very much, Alexandru Chifu and Cristian Popa. We also encourage everyone else who's watching to write us directly, either to me, either on the Facebook page. And now let's move on to our next guest, who is Nicolae Buldumac. So please, you have the floor. Let's hear your pitch.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you very much. Fabian and Vlad, thank you also very much for the presentation. I think the solution that we have might be might be of interest for you to identify potential clients, but we can talk after the presentation. Okay, so what we do. So global database, so we provide a solution for sales and marketing and compliance professionals for them in order to identify potential clients, but also to assess and make a due diligence check on them. So in a few words about global database, at the moment, the platform that we have built has information for more than 100 million companies worldwide in 195 countries. We have developed a proprietary data aggregation mechanism that collects billions of data points, structures them, and updates them in real time with minimum human intervention. What we have also, the platform is used both by lead generation, business verification, and monitoring into one unified platform. Now, what is the problem that we are solving? Today, global data isn't accessible to everyone. The 28 billion data aggregation sector offers solutions that lacks impact and future readiness. So if you're looking from a sales perspective, only 30% of global data is covered. The data across many countries is very limited and it's not unified and valid. Existing solutions that are available today are either focused on one single market or when it comes to global data, it lacks quality. And also from a sales perspective, sales reps spend 60% of the time reaching out to companies that are not ready to buy. From a compliance perspective, about 20% of all global deals are fraudulent. So establishing trade of global companies is very risky. There is limited solutions to offer accurate credit risk information for global companies. And because it's difficult to identify the beneficial owners, every year between 2 and 5% of global GDP is lost in 1 year alone. We also solve the problem with automation because excessive time is required to manually prospect companies. Also verifying new businesses and suppliers has to be done in many cases manually, and collecting all this information and validating can be a challenge. So how do we solve this problem? So from a sales and marketing perspective, we have a web platform that aggregates millions of data points. Customers can identify the total addressable market across a regional or global level, and sales rep can receive relevant alerts by creating sales triggers. So for example, you can request a notification every single time a company has posted an increase or decrease in revenue, as an example. From a compliance and due diligence, we offer up-to-date credit risk information for more than 400 million companies worldwide. So essentially, if you want to credit check a company, we have information for every single entity. We also provide on-demand fresh investigation reports, and we have an AI and machine learning algorithm that can uncover the ultimate beneficial owner of a company. Traction to date. As of now, we have been growing year on year exclusively organically. We haven't received any funding so far. The annual revenue for 2020 is over 600,000 euros. Year on year, we grow by 15%. We have reported a 32% growth in Q1 this year compared to previous year, and we have more than 800 clients. Some of the clients that we work with is Amazon AWS, The Economist, Orange from France, Edenred, Getty Images, Uber, SAP, British Consuls, and many more. In a nutshell, the type of data we have, so company level information about key executives, technology the company is using, group structure, shareholders, beneficial owners, key financials such as balance sheet, profit loss, KPIs and ratios, and credit risk information such as credit score limits, payment trends, and mortgages and charges. What is the market size? So according to Forrester research, 28 billion is the total estimated value of a total addressable market for sales, marketing, and compliance. Also, according to the same company, they have included us, global database, as a strong contender of a market with great potential for growth, along with ZoomInfo and Dun & Bradstreet. Both of them are public listed companies. So you can see here on the graph, this is where we are. This is Oracle, and this is Dun & Bradstreet and ZoomInfo. Next year, we will be much closer to them. And we as a company, by 2030, we want to grab at least 5% of a market, which is about 1.4 billion. So here is the competition from the sales and marketing perspective, and here is the competition from a compliance and due diligence. The competitive advantages that we have is we provide a unified full solution for sales, marketing, compliance, and due diligence teams. We actually own the data for more than 100 million companies. We have a proprietary software and big data technologies that uses AI and ML to gather and validate billions of information. And we have access to global companies' information and data processing tools at competitive rates. So for the next 2 years, we plan to scale the entire business model. So why we haven't raised funding until today? Because we wanted to make sure that the product is ready to go. The product is ready to be scalable. We have achieved this, and now we need funding in order to grow, in order to hire sales local people from UK and US. We will invest a lot in automation, so pay-as-you-go products and credit reports. In terms of marketing, we know that, for example, last year we spent about $52,000 on marketing, and we received about $600,000 in return. So if we were to invest more than $300,000, we would expect $3 million. We will be country focus specific. Another example, so in Mexico, in AdWords for last year, we spent $10,000 and we had revenue of $54,000. So we plan to multiply this strategy for the remaining 20 countries. And by 2023, we plan to increase the monthly website visitors from the existing 300,000 to 10 million. From a product perspective, we will acquire new data that will allow us to have information to 450 million companies. So essentially, every single company that is registered worldwide will be on our platform. We'll launch new products that will increase their retention, and we will invest in AI and AML. So in terms of, just to give you also a quick example here, we have here many slides. Obviously, I know that we are compressed by the time. So this is a graph in terms of the funding that our competitors have received. We haven't received any funding. All the funds we have reinvested in the company. But if you look at here at the graphs, for example, we have a competitor, Cognizant, based in UK. They received $39 million. And if you look at from 2018 and 2012, 2020, how they grow, this is how much we have a lot of room for growth. So essentially, with a 2 million funding within the company, it can reach us, it will allow us to scale very fast. When it comes to the exit strategy, we already attracted interest from 3 global brands in acquiring majority share in global database, and 2 of them are public listed company. We believe the potential is too huge to sell the company at this stage. Or as a second option, we are looking to raise a new round of funding later at a 3 times valuation. That's it. In case you have any questions.
Thank you very much for the great presentation. A lot of data, a lot of interesting data about the company. I'd like to ask you, what's your main challenge as we speak right now for growing your business?
The main challenge is access to funding, simply because what we have done so far. So we have built a platform. We have invested a lot in data in the solution we have. Now the challenge is to spend in marketing, hire local sales representative from different countries. So, for example, one of them is US and UK, and to be able to scale this product. And to grow faster.
What about the countries where you have the biggest number of revenue of customers? What can you share? How did you end up? You mentioned at some point, I think, Mexico. How did you end up getting customers there?
Okay, so actually I do have a slide here in front of me. We have a local sales representative here in Moldova that speaks Spanish. With Mexico, there isn't a lot of competition, and to be honest, we have very good traction in that space. So if you look here, Mexico is at the top of the list. And we have also very good data coverage. That's how, and essentially when it comes to the entire Latin America, because there is not so much competition and we focus on that area, this is how we manage to have more sales. But in general, top 5 of the list here is Italy, US, UK, Ireland, and China. And this is where we want to focus. So let's say if you are a customer from the US, you want to be speaking with someone with a local US salesperson.
Okay, thank you very much. And I also got another question for you related to this. So the question goes, which are the main 3 to 5 markets where you are planning to expand your operations and why?
So top three markets for us is United States, is Singapore, UAE, and UK. The main reason why it's United States, so there was, even though there is a lot of competition within this country, this is where most of our revenue comes from. I mean, if you not the previous year, but previous years. So the potential of businesses in the United States is huge. Also, there are many multinational companies registered within the United States that are looking for a solution that have global coverage. So, for example, one of them is Microsoft, Amazon, and SAP. One of the main reasons why they choose us is because they want to give the sales people the data across global scale, not just across North America. We have competitors. One of them is ZoomInfo. They have good coverage in North America, but if you look outside North America, they have a lot less data than we do.
Thank you very much. And also I got another question for you, and it's related to the way you are acquiring data. What's the speed at which you are acquiring data, and which are your main challenges in this aspect?
The way we acquire data is actually, one second. I also want to quickly share a slide. So the way we start is we collect we want to make sure that the information is on our platform is from official government sources. It means that it must have a registration number. It must have a status if it's active or not. Once we are sure about this, then we enrich this information from web public sources.
I'm going to interrupt you. Just I got a follow-up question for you, and it goes: how do you make sure that data is correct, as you said, and how time-consuming is that, and how much can you automate this?
So as of now, we have more than 100 million companies. All this work is being automated. So it works in the following way. Let's say you have identified a new source. You have built a script in order for this information to be added to the platform, updated, matched, and present it to the end users. So it does require only maybe a few days in order to build the script, and then afterward it's automated. So it's a matter of identifying the sources and then making sure that this information will be structured and updated to the platform. And that's it. There is no other intervention that you need to make. So it's essentially, it's a quite a fast process, because the solution that we have built allows billions of data points to be updated within a very short period of time.
Thank you very much, Nicolae, for your answers. Now I think we can move on to the general Q&A session. And I have a question for all of you, Fabian, Vlad, and Nicolae. And my question is, what's the role that SeedBlink is going to play in your financing options in the future? And also an additional question, why did you choose, why were you attracted to SeedBlink, consider SeedBlink? So who's going to start?
Okay, I can start if you want. Okay, so SeedBlink is actually the top fundraising platform in Central Europe. And it was proven many times that many projects got financed very well in a very nice period of time with great investors. I mean, we've met the team, and you know, as a startup, when we fundraise, we need to be confident with the people we raise money with. And SeedBlink was the answer to the trust that we were looking for, the ability to find great investors in a very nice and short period of time, and the legal team behind is very competent. So yes, this was the main points we were looking at while, you know, when we first talked to SeedBlink. And what we're looking for with SeedBlink is to raise about 200K on the platform, which represents about 50% of our fundraising.
Thank you. And when should the investors look for you on the platform? When do you think you are going to have the campaign active?
The campaign should be active around, I would say, mid of August or early September.
Great. Looking forward to see that. So
thank you very much.
Who else is going to answer?
In my case, what I liked about the platform, which is definitely covering a gap which exists in the Central and Eastern European markets, is the due diligence that they do. And yeah, definitely they position themselves like an institutional investor, even if they do equity crowdfunding. I mean, they have a quite thorough due diligence process, which I think it's fair, and it's right that they do this also for their investors that trust the platform and trust them. This is to top a bit on what Fabian has said.
Okay, thank you. And also you, Nicolae?
Yeah, I think apart from raising funds, which is one of the most important things, I think the thing which I like about SeedBlink, it gives you visibility. So you will get exposure to many people. Your brand will get noticed. People will start speaking about you, and I think it's really important, because you could essentially be raising funds from a VC, and no one will know about this, but with SeedBlink, it will definitely gives you a lot of visibility for you, for your company, for your brand.
Okay, thank you very much. And let me ask you again, which is the main challenge that you see if you look at the startup ecosystem here in Europe?
One of the main challenges is to make sure to convince as many people as possible that your business as a whole has traction. It has a lot of potential, and it has a quite large total addressable market. So as long as you can do that, you are good to go. I think that's the only challenge.
Yeah, well, let me tell one VC fund from, I'm talking a bit about my vertical. So one VC fund from France published recently a report where they put on a map all the PropTech VCs all over Europe. In Romania, they've listed 4 companies, and actually my belief is that one of them was listed wrong because it's an Industry 4.0 type of company. And in France, they listed something that is difficult to count. Hundreds and hundreds of startups. Now, when you are a startup, a tech startup from Romania, and your plan is to launch the product on the European market, actually you compete with all of those startups and you compete against that ecosystem. I've just received, for example, the question about competitors. Yes, there are very good competitors like Plantific, like allthings.me, Spaceflow, which also have recently entered the Romanian market. I might say that they have a head start. I mean, and I don't think that anybody can deny that. For a startup that starts from here, from Central and Eastern Europe, you need to build a product, create a customer base, create a direction, de-risk it a lot, and then go with the product outside. Yeah, it's a different. I mean, this is not a complaint because a lot of startups have succeeded from Romania, and I know that everybody has talked about UiPath. What UiPath has done is amazing in terms of branding for the Romanian startups, and actually this is pushing us also a bit further, and it gives us some additional information. But we need to take things as they are.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and on our side, I mean, our biggest challenge is to crack actually the solution that will help people improve their eating habits and sport habits. So we are cracking it already. But the biggest challenge above all is to scale up the quickest as possible so we can exit the company within the 3 to next 5 years. This is our vision. This is our goal. So yeah, it's a mix of business opportunities, team building, raising money, cash in the society. I mean, cash money from the clients directly in the company. So the biggest challenge, there is not only one challenge. It's a global challenge for us. It's a global challenge for everyone. But it's a very nice challenge to take. And I think we all, Nicola, Vlad, and all the other entrepreneurs that are displayed on this slide and who have been displayed before are, you know, like all convinced that a challenge is an opportunity and not a blocker.
Great, and my final question is in fact an invitation to a short pitch, 30 seconds for each and every one of you to convince investors that they should take a look at your project and invest as soon as your project is listed on SeedBlink. So this time 30.
It's quite straightforward for us. Going to new markets, get additional funding, and actually bring even more value to this part of the business after people were able to actually buy a new house. And something that maybe I should have mentioned is that we are also present in a lot of office buildings, because we have in our portfolio more than 25 office buildings, so we will be able to close the chain. I mean, people will see our app when they go to work, and they will see our app when they come home, and everything with the support of a trusted real estate developer.
Great, so thank you.
On my side, I mean, we've gone from none to 100K users in less than 12 months. We built the company from 0 to 10 employees, in a very short period of time. We have convinced international and world-class investors to join the company. So I think we put the finger on something which is important, and people want to trust us. People trusted us already. We have raised over $500,000 right after our MVP was launched. So yes, the idea is to build a global community, and actually we will be able to make it with investors like you people who are willing to help startups like us.
Information for global listed companies worldwide. Both companies are public listed companies, and they worth billions of dollars. With a small investment within our team, we can reach to that level, and I'm sure we will get there as what we have built so far. It makes us very confident that we can build a world-class company here based in not far away from Romania, and you don't need to go anywhere else to do that. So yes, thank you very much.
Great pitch. One final question, and I am going to ask you to answer with yes or no so that we stay in time. So the question from Alexandru Chifu is any of the startups opened for a joint venture now or at a later point in time? Yes or no? The answer, please.
Joint venture.
So?
Yes.
Okay, Vlad?
later in time.
Okay, thank you. And Fabian?
Yes, for sure. We'd be happy to analyze the opportunity. Yes.
Great. Thank you very much for your pitches. Thank you very much for your presentation, for the great discussion, and that you joined us today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. We also thank our partner SeedBlink and to Andrei Dudoiu that joined us in the opening of our first monthly show, who is called Startup Radar. Keep an eye on us. We are going to bring you every month 3 or more very interesting startup projects that are going to be available on SeedBlink so that you can invest in them. Thank you very much for watching us, and now don't leave us. Watch right now a very interesting interview also at our show, The Fate Generation, about smart city projects. Thank you very much for joining us. Goodbye.
Ai Alef News.
Știu ce spun.
Iar a bătut vântul prin Casa Poporului.
Jur să apăr democrația, România. Să mă ajute Dumnezeu.
Știu ce te interesează.
Freedom, strigă englezii.
Nimeni nu mai înțelege când e pericol și când nu.
Noi trăim acum liniștea dinaintea furtunii. Valul 4 va veni.
Știu cum să te fac curios.
Sportivii care au ajuns la Tokyo au găsit paturi din carton, ca nu cumva să fie tentați să aibă relații intime.
Poate așa se și descarcă.
Absolut nimic nu mă deranjează.
Știu cum să te emoționezi.
Suntem ultimii în Europa la siguranța pe șosele și părem fără scăpare, cu un bilanț cumplit.
Nu prea avem autostrăzi, nici amenziile nu sunt cum ar trebui să fie. N-ar trebui să primească toată lumea permis.
Știu să conving.
Ungaria se ia de piept cu Uniunea Europeană.
Mi se pare absolut corect ce face.
Ție nu ți-e rușine?
Mă enervează că e loc pentru toată lumea pe pământ.
Știu să câștig.
Am început să prind gustul victoriei.
În România totul este posibil.
Știu, deci știi.
Să dai și like și share.
Respect you too.
Caută Alef News în rețeaua ta de cablu și selectează la favorite pe televizorul tău. O să-ți placă.